But there are quite a few examples in the world of cellular type organisations, aren't there? For some reason I'm thinking about terrorist cells or something. But you could also talk about lawyers, let's say. So in a company, you've got lawyers who some of them might be specialised, but each lawyer is their own world, really. They've probably got one PA, but they do the selling, they look after customers. And then when you want to expand your law firm, you just get one more lawyer. So you don't have to change anything, really. You just add another one. And it's quite lean as well, because there's probably a managing partner who's still a lawyer, but it doesn't really need much management, because each lawyer has to have customers and has to balance their own books, really, because that's what they live off. It's probably mostly bonus, I guess. I don't know how the
partners usually get a cut of the profitability of the whole business.
So they're all incentivized to make sure it works. So law firms are like that.
It's not. This model is
and cities you've mentioned. So each city is sort of independent. You can add a new one, and the NHS almost each hospital is its own thing, and you can just add on one more hospital if you need to. Although the NHS gets in trouble when they try to link it all up into one huge great control and command, and then it sort of falls apart.
And what they do is they really, really control the the verbs that occur in each hospital,
and also the flow. The flow of the resources doesn't come from the customer; it comes from down in the supply chain. It comes down internally. So when I go as a customer to somewhere, I swap a cake for money. When I go to the doctors, I don't swap any money. I just receive a service, and actually the money comes down from the government.
Because you've already paid through your tax.
Fantastic.
But there isn't a link.
There's no link.
So the government.
So there's no incentive.
The government is the one receiving the service.
The government are the one receiving the service. That's correct.
That does skew things a lot. It's a terribly complicated thing, and
maybe we shouldn't get too bogged down in the NHS.
No, I think you'll be there for a long time.
I'm just trying to think. Are there any other modular organisations?
Well, franchise comes to
franchises
straight away.
So something like McDonald's.
They're just a bigger cell, aren't they? They're a restaurant.
And they can open as many as they like, and each one is self-contained more or less within rules that they have, like quality and brand. The rules are pretty tight. But within the franchise, they're a self-motivated little team of people doing it, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that works.
And they can